Good morning, fourth graders. We are going to be learning about Wisconsin history, and I would like for us to compare different texts that talk about Wisconsin and some history of Wisconsin. So I'm going to be using these ABCs of Wisconsin. There's a couple different books that were actually written that are the ABCs of Wisconsin. You also created an ABC circle book. I don't know if you remember doing that back at the very start of the school year. So if you would like to, if you still have it, I don't know if you kept it or not, but if you kept it, you could look through your circle book and you could compare, because we're also going to be doing a compare and contrast in reading. You could compare your book to the books that I'm going to be reading. Now, one thing I really want you to think about is when the people wrote these books, did they do a really good job of coming up with symbols or examples for the different letters? So as we read through them, I want you to be thinking about that. Was there something that maybe could have been used that describes Wisconsin a little better? So this is the ABCs of Wisconsin. A. Andrew awakes on the Apostle Islands. And the Apostle Islands are way north, up in north of Bayfield. It's probably the furthest north you could go in Wisconsin. Becky and Ben buy a badger. Courtney counts cows. David discovers the Dells. So far, I think they're doing a really nice job of choosing symbols for the letters. Elizabeth eyes the eagles. Freddie follows the fish. Garrett and Gail grow grains. Now this one, yeah, we do have a lot of farmers in Wisconsin, and we do have a lot of farm fields, so it's a good representation, but I'm just wondering if they could have come up with a different G, because actually when I think of grains, I think way more of the states like Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa. They're kind of our grain states, like the corn huskers, right? I mean, so I'm not sure if this was the best symbol, but it does represent Wisconsin. Here's a really good one though. Hannah houses honeybees. Hannah houses honeybees. Isaiah itches from ivy. Isaiah, I really hope that you don't itch ever from ivy. It is bad. Poison ivy is one of the worst things you can get. This is an excellent, excellent page, and I'll explain why. Jacob jumps for juice. And if you look at what they're showing cranberries. So cranberry juice, and that is an important industry in Wisconsin. Kelly kayaks the Kickapoo. The Kickapoo River is over in southwest Wisconsin, so this is a great page. They did their research and found out that there is a Kickapoo River, and it is so much fun. If anyone goes to Living Waters Bible Camp that's down in Westby, they actually take their campers out on the Kickapoo River, and you get to tube and you get to kayak and do those types of things on that river. So great page. Another really good one. Lucas loves loons, and we know that when we go on those northern lakes, we can hear those loons, right? Megan makes maple syrup. Noah naps in the North Woods, and they actually capitalized North Woods, so they knew that, like when you go up to Tomahawk, Minocqua, Eagle River, Conover, all those places are known as the North Woods. Olivia outgrows her overalls. Well, I think that people in Louisiana might wear overalls and people in South Carolina might wear overalls, so I'm not sure if this is the best symbol for the O, because I think of a really large city over in the eastern part of the state called Oshkosh, Right? They could have maybe picked a better one for that. But this next page is awesome. Patrick pretends he's a Packer. Woohoo! Packers, go Packers, go Packers. Sorry, all you Viking fans. Quinn quietly quilts. Q is a hard letter, but we found out that there's someplace in Milwaukee, an art museum, right, that starts with Q. So this was a hard letter. So I'm going to give them a pass on this one because unless they really researched hard, I'm not sure that they would have known that there's that art museum in Milwaukee. Roberto reaches for a robin. We're going to find out that is our state bird. Samantha slides in the snow. Tanner and Tara trot down the trail. Again, yeah, do we have some pretty trails in Wisconsin? We do, especially like up in the Northwoods and at our state parks, but I think they could have picked something a little more specific, like Tomahawk. That's close by even. Think of all the different T's that there is for this symbol. This letter, the symbol for that letter. Here's a good one though. Ursula uncovers underground treasures. Did you know that we have several caves in Wisconsin? Ones that you can even go visit. Okay, really neat places. Ooh, Valerie views violets, and we're going to learn about that because that's our state flower, the wood violet. That's a great page. Will wonders, where is Wisconsin? Here is an awesome, I give this book an A+ on this page. Xavier Cross Country Skis. Nice job on that. Yolanda yells, yummy. Well, if you look at what's around the picture, you can see why they chose this, right? Because a lot of it is dairy. We have the butter and the cheese and the ice cream. So I'm good with this page, okay? Because, yeah, Y is another hard letter. Like, what I came up with is maybe like Yellow River. There's a river down by, like in the central part of the state. But I think this one's okay because they put the symbols around it, like the ice cream and stuff. And then the last one, it says, Zeke and Zoe zonk out at the zoo. And we really do have wonderful zoos in Wisconsin. So that is the ABCs of Wisconsin. I'm going to read you a different one each time that we have a video like this so that you can hear different symbols of Wisconsin. But now what I'd like for you to do is to please take out page 11, and we are going to fill out the information for that. And it was a separate sheet from our last packet. So if you could take out page 11. I just want to make sure that you can see this, fourth graders. Mrs. B is still getting used to teaching from a video and the overhead. So if you look on top, we have the common wood violet. So the common wood violet is our state flower. And where it's found is in meadow areas, wetlands, and alongside the road. And I actually have a picture of the wood violet I would like for you to look at because I'm sure you have seen these. I'm pretty sure you have probably seen a wood violet. It looks like this. And it's very common actually around here. Mrs. B has them around her house because I'm right by a lake, so that would be a wet area, right? A wet woodland. But if you go out into meadows, you will find these. So that's our state flower, the common wood violet. Then we have a state motto. What's the motto with you? Nothing. Nothing's the motto with me. Okay, state motto. Our state motto is forward. I think this is so interesting because we don't realize how much we see our state motto on things in Wisconsin. It's on our state flag, it's on our state quarter. We have the Wisconsin Forward exam. Remember how Mrs. B has been talking about that? But now we don't have to take it. Yay! The Wisconsin Forward exam. So we even have our motto in that test. So we can see how our motto is used so often. And I found a really cool sculpture picture of our motto, and this is actually at the state capitol. Okay, so this is a sculpture that's at the state capitol, and you can see here is right forward, and then this is also representing what's on our state flag. So like this is nautical, our navigation, okay, for all the Great Lakes that we have around us. That's a very important industry. So this is a sculpture, and as you can see right on the sculpture we have forward. And then the last thing you need to fill out on your paper would be about the state bird. Okay, and the state bird is the robin. And if you need more information on the robin, you can go to page 14 in our science book because it talks all about the robin. But that's only if you would like to look it up. You don't have to do that, okay? But if you'd like to read a little bit more about the robin, that's on page 14 in our science book. I think what's really cool is the robin is a symbol, isn't it, of the return of spring. But did you know that the robin really is found all across the United States? So for Wisconsinites, the robin is a return of spring. But for people who live in the southern part of the country, the robin, when it comes back there, it's their symbol that winter's going to be beginning because it has migrated south. So our state bird is the robin, and I'm sure you have seen those in your yards because they returned almost about a month ago now. They have returned so that they can build their nests and then lay their eggs and have their young. So it's a really cool thing. Again, if you need to, you can always go back, fourth graders, and you can reread. You can pause the video and write down the information for page 11. We're going to be looking at Wisconsin. What a great state that we have, and we're going to be learning more about it. So, we're going to be doing this as we go through that My State notebook. Know that these aren't graded. These are really just for your information because I want you to know a lot about our wonderful state. Have a great day, fourth graders. Bye-bye.